Okay, it says we are live. I started a little bit early because, well, I only get so long for lunch, and this is going to be a new carnal lunch hour. So come on, everybody, come on in and play. It's been an interesting week. We got the juicy sommelier drama, and as always, guys, remember to like, to subscribe, to do all the things. We also have the StreamYard link in the comments and in the video description, uh, in case you can or cannot see the comment, because YouTube doesn't like me commenting on live streams. I can comment literally everywhere else, but I am unironically shadow banned on live streams. So go into the description, free to see. God damn it, disavowed. God damn it. No, we're not freeing Juicy. I hope that Juicy gets juiced by Chicago PD when when he spends his time in the jail, because I'm 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 really thinking they want to take a piece of him, because that whole debacle is it's hilarious because it's two corrupt parties literally butting heads. That's what happened. You had Juicy and the Democrats. Now, hang on. A gay man in prison is not a punishment. Look, I think that the gay man and no, we're letting anyone in today. If you want to jump on in, Caucasian, you jump on in. I have no problems with you joining the party. Now, back to the a gay man in prison. If y'all remember the secret meeting scene in 300 between the senator and the king's wife, you're not going to enjoy it. Juicy is not going to enjoy this prison experience. So who knows? Who knows? Although Juicy Smollett, being a gay man, might be willing to do nastier things than the guards might, creatively think of. Because fags are nasty. I mean, I don't know if y'all have read like gay literature, or anything like regarding homosexual lifestyle. It's it's a doozy. I forget what it's called. I think no, it's literally, it's a book titled Faggots. That's the title of the book. Go and look this up. It's fucking hilarious because it's actually like fiction slash uh autobiography. And no, it's not propaganda. But what it is it's actual, uh, like the shared lived experience of a homosexual. But the gay community has retconned it as satire. So, like how they came out with the gay choir singing, "We're coming to take your children," and then them coming like, "Oh no, we were being satirical." That's what they did with the book in like the span of a decade or two. Unironically, look it up. It's a book called Faggots. And if you read this shit, like my father spent his misspent youth like reading forbidden stuff. And he tells me that after one chapter or so, or a page or so, he couldn't stomach it. And my father's pretty open minded. He's not open minded. That's not the word. He's pretty well fortified against the strange and abnormal. Let's just put it that way. Oh, by the way, welcome everybody. Uh, I see Cheese Bear. I see Disavowed. I'm seeing Sasquatch. Violence is life. It is. We need to have a live stream between you and I, because you shared a story on the Discord that I still share with my wife about you walking in on the hubby doing something embarrassing, and your response to it was top keck. That was the most base thing I'd ever heard in my life. And we're I'm not going to share anything more than that, because it was kind of like, my Discord is like it's very it's very close knit. We're not we're not very how would you say um we're not popular, so we kind of have like this close knit family feel almost. And I have not spent enough time on there. Like I've been so busy, well, surviving, more or less. Surviving is the word. So why is no one jumping in? Like literally, guys. Like we have an hour. We have till 1 o'clock. I'm on my lunch break. Let's shoot the shit. Someone jump on in. The StreamYard's link is in the description. Y'all are welcome. I've even pinned it at the on the stream. So anyone. All right, let's go through the comments. This will be good news when Cory Booker and his anti-lynching legislation that was pushed down because of this hoax goes down. Yeah, and that's exactly why this hoax happened. Because there's something about that anti-lynching legislation that is intended to suppress us further, and they didn't get to push that agenda. And apparently, and that's what's hilarious, the two corrupt factions of Chicago, meaning the police and the Democrat establishment, there was obviously no communication because what happened is Juicy Smollett decided to denigrate the Chicago police. He literally said, if you don't catch this guy, you guys are institutionally racist and we're going to defund you. He literally threatened cops' pensions with this hoax and said, oh my God, I'm surprised they looked into it. Of course, bitch, they're going to look into it. Of course, they're going to call out your ass if you go after their pensions. They are, in all sincerity, one of the most corrupt organizations in the country. And you decided to step on their toes. Why you did this, I don't know. That like it defies all reason. You would have thought that Juicy Smollett would have been a little more aware of the waters he was swimming in, and he got completely blindsided by a far more formidable force. Oh my God! So, what else do we want to talk about, chat? Because I'm here till 1 o'clock. And Google 1992 space movie. Why am I doing this? Well, disavowed. Why am I doing this? Hello. And let's see. Ah, I lost 4 jokes to the ether, so I have to refilm them. Really? So you lost your 4 YouTube shorts? How did that happen? How does this occur? Do Oh, because the Google search is funny. I yeah, I'm currently like on my phone right now, so I can't like go off to a different tab. I might lose the stream. So usually when people in chat bring it up, I have someone with me like he's Stone Golem in the Discord now, but he had another name. Why can't I remember it? But anyways, he's my ombudsman, and I appreciate whenever he's on with me because he does the fact check whenever I do my streams, and he's really efficient with that. I'm thinking it corrupted when I dropped my cell phone last night. Oh my gosh. Oh, so you didn't actually upload these yet. So, Violence, your app crashed on YouTube. Um, so since Violence is back on the stream and she's participating, did you hear that I wanted to have you on for a live stream? Yes. Okay, so you hadn't uploaded the videos yet, so that's how they got corrupted. But no, Violence. I wanted to have you on a string because we need to talk about um because you shared an experience where you uh how do I put this? You took care of your man in the most unusual fashion that I've never heard from another married couple. So I wanted to explore that. I wanted to really get into how you as a woman came to that conclusion because most modern women do not have that kind of mentality at all in any way, shape, or form. And we do need to have that we need to have that broadcast because that's kind of information that we no longer get access to. And that's really tragic. Oh. So guys, what else have I missed today? What other topics do I have should I cover? No, no, we're not. It's not about being gossipy at all. It's how do I put this? There's a certain level of humanity that I just feel that most human interactions has lost. Does that make sense? Ooh. Like there's an entire ethos of just the idea, the basic concept that human beings throughout the entire span of history have actually been made for each other. You know that uh, oh, okay, okay. I looked up the 1992 space movie. Oh, good lord. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. Disavowed. I was highly entertained. Highly entertained. Um, Michael Neesmith from the Monkees died. Well, I like the Monkees. The Monkees were a good band. And you found that you don't have as much time as for Discord as you want because of the dude. Being a mom is awesome. Like you can trade that. I will gladly trade you being a mom for being on the Discord. Gladly. So that's not even you are to feel no shame for that. Um let's see. Well, so anyone can jump on in if they like. Once again, please jump on stream. I welcome and any interaction, any here we go. Yay. Hello.
Hey,
How's it going, Bill?
um, cold, it's wet. I got laundry to do and crap and poo diapers to change. What's up?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Can you hear me
I,
just fine?
I heard that you recovered from the coof.
Yeah, I recovered from the coof and I have natural immunity, so fuck the vaccine.
Oh yeah,
I'm never getting it. Never.
I don't think I ever caught the coof, and I ain't getting it either.
Yeah, it's it
It hello? Uh,
hang on.
I got really
Hang
weak
on.
internet. I got weak internet if I cut out.
No, no, it's not you. It is actually me.
Okay.
Um because yeah, I'm just playing with my audio settings midstream because because I'm stupid and I do stuff like that. But since I actually have you on here, um did you want to go over what we talked about before on the Discord, or do you remember what I'm talking about?
Can you jog my memory? Because there's been a few times things like that have happened.
Okay, so you walked in on hubby, and he was, for the lack of a better phrase, getting ready to take care of himself.
Yeah.
And like your response to that was literally something that I had never heard of a woman like doing ever.
What did
Like,
I flash in my titties? Because I've done that too.
no, it was you actually you actually gave him moral from that last exchange.
Oh yeah.
That was because I'm just okay. So
He's always
here's the
telling
whole.
me that's his favorite.
Well, yeah. Well, it's I love that. I love you sharing that because I'm sitting here going, okay, most scenarios play out if you have a girlfriend or a wife and she catches you on your phone and you got the Kleenex and the coconut oil ready, you are, especially if you're on your phone.
Oh,
Like
coconut oil is the best.
I I have no doubts. I haven't tried it personally, but I hear it can be very satisfying. But especially if you have your phone out and you're looking for like that like visual stimulation. Oh my god, like most women would literally freak out. And your response to it, to rather than take offense at it and to take care of the man in front of you, uh my simple question is, where did you learn how to love men like that?
The Cajun people are the best people.
Well, the
We are the best people there are.
I I can't refute this. I really cannot refute the sentiment based on so 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 that is where you
I mean, I just maybe I can't think back to a time when like when I was young and I started dating guys. I don't know. We were kind of freaky, me and my friends. We just did shit. I don't know.
all right, and
We're a bunch of coon asses. We just kind of we partied a lot.
so I mean
And
I'm
then even after I divorced my first husband, and I absolutely hate him because he. I had to divorce him. Okay,
yeah,
because taking meth and beating me up is not acceptable.
no, that is not acceptable under any standard at all. um in fact, I really that there is a lost section of our society where I don't know why, but men have been pretty much trained to not use violence ever. And I really miss the
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really
Where's that?
yeah, I really miss a world where if you hit a woman and some other guy in proximity learned about it, you were bloody the next day. And if you were probably, not, you probably needed therapy and recovery for the beating you got, which you earned. Um, but
Yeah, I
back,
don't. I was kind of laid up for a while, so I don't know if my dad did anything to him.
oh, it was that he put you in the hospital?
Yes.
Now
Meth
I'm
addicted professional carpenter.
oh, good Lord. No. That's the
He
kind
could.
of
This
person.
man could rip 2x4. No, not 2x4s. I'm sorry. Regular sized plywood in half with his bare hands.
That is the kind of man you at least take a crowbar to his knees just to send a message.
Oh, I almost knifed him.
You see, the only problem with that statement is the almost.
Oh, I mean, like I was so close. Like, as in the blade was up against the side of his pants.
At a girl. At a girl.
But he kept hitting me in the head with his fist.
Jesus. Like, good
And
gracious.
by the ripping the plywood thing, I've actually seen him do that.
Oh no, I'm not doubting it for a second. Like
Yeah.
the meth probably helped.
Yeah, meth. Oh, I did not approve of him doing meth. I did not put up with it. I did not know he had it until he started accusing me of stealing it from him.
Well, but by that point, you're already too far gone. If you're accusing the woman that you're hiding the meth from of stealing it from you, that's
Yeah, he had smoked or eaten or whatever the fuck you do with it. He had taken it all, and then when he couldn't find it, blamed me. Because apparently he hid it under the Xbox, and I like to play Xbox a lot.
I see. Goodness gracious. Okay, so there was no point in your development or growing up where there was like tutorials on like the psychology and the mentality of like male needs or anything like that.
I would kind of just ask my friends questions.
Ah, okay.
And I had this one friend who was female, and she told me a lot of things too.
Okay. So let me rephrase. What is the best advice regarding men that you've ever been given that has been like a guiding light for your marriage, for your relationships?
Oh, that's a really good question. Let me just step out on the porch for a moment because the children are making noise. I just it was a really my first marriage was really not good. It was rocky. We were constantly fighting, constantly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, up and down emotional roller coaster because I swear he's insane.
Don't worry. I had to take over from I walked in after my wife's abusive ex.
Ah.
So
All right, so
I
you
can
get the
relate.
picture.
Yeah. And they don't leave you alone till the new man comes in.
Oh yeah, he was like, even after everything, he was still trying to like he's I swear this is the insane thing that he does. And I know you asked the question, and I'm really trying to get around to thinking about it, but this is just
Mm-hmm.
it's
No, let
killing
it
me.
out.
It's killing me. He would constantly do this thing where he'd be a total asshole to me and be mean to me, and then like an hour or so later act like everything was normal and that he hadn't done anything, and why am I upset? I must be the crazy one.
Yeah, that's classic narcissism. Like
And then
that.
after the divorce, he's like, actually no, right before the divorce, he was under a restraining order not to contact me, and he was still calling me and going, but I'm so sorry. And even the cop was like, he says he's sorry. I'm like, no, he's full of it. He does that all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, go arrest him. He contacted me against a restraining order. Go. But he had this way that he even fooled the cop with his sob story.
Yeah.
But I had put up with that shit for years of him being a dick and me going, I don't have to put up with this. Bye. It's my fucking car. I don't care if I have to live in it. Bye. And I'd leave, and he'd come and find me at my mom's house and be like, I'm sorry. Oh God. And in my 20s, I fell for that shit too much, and I have since learned the hard way.
That is a far too familiar story. And it's actually my wife and I had an argument because we had a little debate about like power dynamics with men, women, and marriage with all that jazz.
I would play chess with him a lot when he was sane.
Well, it's interesting because we're taught that, before feminism, before the advent of the breakdown of the traditional family, before no fault divorce, that Men were massive tyrannical assholes who would just, imprison women and make their home lives hell. And and that, men had all the power, and that men were the ones, shall we say, controlling women and the whole marital dynamic.
Well, I
Well, it
mean,
turns
it's exaggerated. There's some truth to that. I just think about my great grandparents and how their relationship was, but Granny loved Grandpa.
Yeah. Well, if you actually look at the statistics right before 1915 into the 1940s, 1960s, and you compare them all, in the 1960s, obviously, because of no-fault divorce, there's a massive spike in divorce rate. However, before
Yeah,
that,
my old Catholic mother divorced my father, even though Catholics ain't supposed to get divorced.
yeah. Now, if you had to guess, now, obviously, the divorce rates were very low. If you had to guess, who petitioned for divorce the most in the 1950s and prior?
Well, I'm guessing you're gonna say women.
It was women. That like
Yeah.
72% of all divorces were initiated by women. It
Yeah. You
and
see, I don't understand a lot of chicks. Like when they start talking, I just look at them like I don't understand you.
but
There was this one chick kept trying to put makeup on me, and I was like, "What the hell is this?"
but no, the number one cause of divorce
So
was
what I
also
was getting at with that was it was a thought that I had about some women. And remember how I said I had this one friend who was female? Well, she used
yeah.
to go around the bars, and I would go there with her, and only she would be dolled up. I would be kind of like, I'm only there to make sure she don't get kidnapped and raped. Because, well, she was actually stronger than me, but we both worked out and we both did martial arts. But
Mhm.
I wasn't drinking and I wasn't going to take no shit. She was going over there to drink, and she would tell me things like, if a man don't have money, he's not worth talking to.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah, she's a cop now.
Oh my God, no. No. No.
Actually, it's kind of weird. When she was in police academy, she developed a benign tumor in her hip, and now she's on permanent disability.
Okay, so
But her
she's off the
husband's a
street.
cop. But her husband's a cop.
No, at least hello?
Hi.
Hello. Okay. So I think Violence's life cut out for a second there. She's back in the stream.
Go check on Ariana.
Can everyone hear her?
Hey,
I did not hear her. Now I hear.
I can't hear nothing.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Well, so I'm trying to answer your question with these long stories about what my experiences were, and it
Okay.
just got to the point where I just want to interact with people and understand them. I try so much to understand people. It's kind of hard.
That's actually that's
Can
actually
anybody hear
really
me?
yeah, I
hear
no,
you.
we heard you just fine. And that's actually a really good point, because part of the reason why she's out again, um part of the reason why my wife and I were arguing about this point is she thought I didn't understand um women or female oppression, when in fact my wife had no idea that men, even in ancient, like, days back when, were so sympathetic to women, even though they didn't technically have to in terms of like power dynamic, but they did it anyway because that's what men are. Men like to protect and promote women, even though and save them from violent relationships, because that's what men generally did. So, all right, Vilk was back in, and we have a Caucasian Sasquatch here. Say hello, buddy.
That's how it just
Yo,
greetings and salutations.
So, yeah, I know you're having technical difficulties,
All
violence. So, but no, understanding one another is something that we've almost been like systematically robbed of. It seems. And she's gone again. So, how's it going, Sasquatch?
it's going, brother. How do I sound?
You sound all right. Let's get Vil back in here because her
Yeah.
internet connection is wonky.
yeah, even though it's a new phone.
Ah, so it's obviously like is it a location issue or is it
I'm
the device?
now out in my backyard on the trampoline, hoping that'll help.
Okay. Huh.
It's really cloudy and rainy around here, and I did go over my data plan's limit, so now it's really slow.
Oh my gosh. That will do it. that will cause lag and disconnection like no other. Especially if you're using your phone like I am. But I have an unlimited plan now, so there we are. So, segueing back to Sasquatch. How's it going, my brother?
I'm chilling like a villain, cheating, robbing, stealing. I really dig your other guest's accent. It's pretty that's pretty esoteric.
No, she is a phenomenal individual. I like having her on. I like having her in the community. I know she's gone over and rubbed shoulders with Yiz the Eunuch, which is a good friend of mine.
Yeah,
And
I'm familiar with the Yiz.
Yiz is good people.
Yeah,
I can't.
she kind of helped me name my channel after a weird sort of like strange exchange we had in the comment section on one of her videos. Was told her I was trying to come up with something that was almost offensive, but so obviously offensive, but at the same time not really offensive. And
Yes.
after batting some stuff around, I came up with the Caucasian Sasquatch, the white privileged primate.
Well, I mean, I'm surprised.
That's funny.
I'm surprised you didn't spell it with a COCK.
I don't know if you saw there. I put my dog on camera for a second, but then it keeps on crashing.
Ah, yeah. Do not go on camera if you're like low on bandwidth.
Oh,
I would
damn
not
it! It's
recommend.
gonna crash again, ain't it?
Yep.
Hey.
So I should do a video where I upload a video of my pup because he is a gorgeous pity mix.
Come on, put on
Now,
warm
when
clothes.
when I say pity mix, I don't mean like mixed with anything other than like other pit bull, because apparently there are like dozens of other breeds. There's like bully and staffy and and Amstaff and
all breeds. There really are.
Huh?
A bunch of bully breeds.
Yeah. So he's not mixed with anything other than other pit bulls. So he's a gorgeous dog.
That's kind of how Moose is. He's half boxer, half mastiff. But those are both bully breeds. So
Oh no. Well,
boxery.
when I say bully breed or like pit bull mix, I mean I don't mean boxer or mastiff. I mean like other specific.
My dog's
your
name
dog.
is Moose, and he is half mastiff and half boxer. And the boxer he's from, it was ginormous. And so this dog tops out at about 115 pounds.
Oh,
Scared
nice.
of everything. He's terrified of everything. He hates noises in the yard. I mean, he's utterly, utterly terrified of everything.
You see, my dog isn't scared of everything. He's just incredibly socialized. He thinks that you come to see him, and he's a cuddle pup. He's a giant lap dog, and the only time he gets uppity or even slightly aggressive, because he's not even allowed to fucking bark.
I
At least
can't
not
stop you from barking.
at,
I've never been able to do it.
at least not at people. He's not allowed to bark aggressively at people. He can bark at the door, that's fine. But the only time he gets even remotely like confrontational is when he sees me like tickling the children too hard and he thinks that they're being hurt.
Right. Oh,
So
don't
he'll
come at my daughters. No, no, sir. Do not do that in my dog's
Mm-mm.
presence. He's
Oh
liable
no.
to take his arm off. I'm not even joking.
Oh yeah.
I don't even discipline my children in the same room with him. I won't do it. I don't want to have to shoot my dog.
Oh no. It's
He's a big
oh
boy.
for you it's
Yes, to
see
me.
now that's that is how we learned about his protective nature. Is my wife did get into disciplining the children in front of him, and he wouldn't bite. He would literally like go like wedge himself between her and put his paws around her waist.
Yeah.
He would be like, no, that's
Just
enough,
no.
mama.
Just no.
Just that
Yeah.
is quite enough. And
Well,
you
and
know how
Moose at 120 pounds, if he does that, when he stands up and wraps his arms around you, you're gone.
yeah.
You're now dealing with 100 pounds of bull mastiff that doesn't want you doing what you're doing. And that's assuming he doesn't take whatever you have in your hand.
Now
He'll do that too.
now many people don't know this, but if you have say a 50-pound pit bull or bully breed, and they're on your bed, they become a 100-pound dog.
Something like that. Yeah. The
Yeah.
dead weight is amazing.
They we know violence. We'll do it later when your streams are whenever you have a better let me know when your data plan renews and we'll try it again. But back to the beta discussion. Yeah, if those when those dogs want to use their weight, they can, and it is to great effect. So yeah, if the 115-pound dog wants to put his arms around you and stop you, it's gonna work. Um, but that is the only like you you have to pull all the stops with these dogs.
Yeah.
You really do have to because as I said, mine, he's not even allowed to growl aggressively. He's not allowed to bark aggressively. He doesn't own his food. Like there's no food aggression with this animal.
Well, Moose has no idea what not having food looks like. I have a 50-pound food dispenser because we had several dogs before.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got Moose, the other one of the other dogs went home to where they belonged.
Uh-huh.
The older Champ, we had to put him down. He had a big tumor inside of his rib cage, so
Oh.
really sad day. And we had just gotten Moose, so Moose has grown up with no less than 30 pounds of food sitting in the corner over there.
Well,
All
when I say like, food aggression or whatnot, what I mean is
he
I have
doesn't
trained
defend.
my yeah,
You can
well
go take the food out of his mouth. I'm not
oh
even
yeah.
joking. Literally stop
Oh
him from
yeah,
chewing. Your
exactly.
fingers come out. He doesn't care.
Yeah, exactly. And that's actually something that you do have to train them. You have to break them of like being possessive of their food.
Yeah,
Um,
if and it depends on how limited the food is early on. If you give them plenty of food in the early training, it's a lot easier to do that than it is, when a dog has gotten
Can you
older
hear
and
me?
trained. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
we
you
can hear
now.
you, nerd.
We can hear you.
Okay.
You are all right.
All right. It says my volume's all the way up.
That it's working. It's working.
5 by 5.
Absolutely. So, do you mind if we hop back over to answering the question of the experiences in your life that taught you how to properly treat and care for the men in your life?
I can't hear anyone.
Dang
Oh
it!
no.
Confound it, woman! Oh,
Maybe she just doesn't want to answer that question.
that I get it. It must be a secret. The,
These secrets she got
well,
passed down from voodoo women by
yeah,
you.
yeah. Well, whatever this secret is, it's worth its weight in gold.
We have
Be-
to get it out.
we,
We
not,
have to share
we have
it.
to. We not only have to get it out, we have to put it in mass production.
For simps the world over.
No, for just.
I'm sorry, man. I couldn't help it.
He
Devil made me do it.
makes you do everything. That's why you're bending over tonight.
Ooh.
I know. I know.
Only for
I
you.
know.
Only for you. It's that sultry voice and those dulcet tones. How soothing you are when you get worked up.
Oh my dude, it is so fucking weird. I know when I know when I have a good video because I just get on one of those rolls and my voice just takes on a life of its own. I don't know how or why it happens.
Last night
Sometimes
I was on a show. I was trying to show one of your last video, one part of it. I wanted to like, and somehow my freaking when the show ended, instead of it playing that video, it went directly into like trying to start a new show for some stupid reason.
oh
So I'm
good
gonna have
lord.
to go edit that into the episode once I get it downloaded.
All right, Bill's trying to get back in and it doesn't look like it's working very well. So we'll we'll just pray for her for next time.
Right?
Yeah,
Maybe it
because
can work out in the long run.
yes, and I have no idea why I'm obsessing with it, but that kind of attitude and that kind of approach towards men these days is such a rarity. It's so sadly uncommon, and I don't know how we got to the point where men are constantly viewed as the enemy in society by women, very depressingly.
And the gender roles, when men have always been the enemy because don't tell your father. As long as you don't tell your father, it didn't happen or whatever, you know. I don't know if everybody else's life revolved around trying to please one's father, but the early days of my life were largely construed as a nuisance.
Well,
I
and
was the
and it
unplanned child.
oh my god. Well, and it's entirely bizarre because as I was hinting at before, um, I I am my wife's second husband. I'm married into two daughters. I had two more of my own, and we have a what I'd like to think as a unified family front. And yet, in spite of everything that I think we have tried to accomplish, for some odd reason, my eldest expressed the idea that she is owed privacy from my knowledge about things that are going on in her life, and that what she shares with her mother is not always going to be directly communicated back to me. And I'm sitting here going, um, I am the parent. It's my job to know this shit. This idea that you are going to be protected from me is and should be a foreign idea to your mother and I. So I've I've experienced from my mother what you're talking about. This whole oh, don't tell your father or else there's going to be hell.
I mean, there's two sides to that.
Yeah.
There's the don't tell your father because it'd do nothing but make him unhappy kind of white lie. And then there's the don't tell your father because he'll fucking kill us. You know, that's these are two totally different things, you know. Both are gaslighting. I
They
don't
are.
believe either
And
of it.
well,
That's
why
where I draw the line is gaslighting. When people start gaslighting, I'm so freaking out.
It's
Out.
I'll be honest. In any dynamic where there's people trying to protect one another's feelings, there's good. You have to accept some form of a certain layer of of white white lies. There's just and
Yeah.
it is the most bizarre and contradictory thing. Like, of course, I have lied to my wife. Nothing. It's never about anything like anything important. It's always something stupid because I don't want to deal with it or I don't want to disappoint her. And it's the most contradictory thing because I don't lie to people I don't give a fuck about.
Exactly. No. I find myself not giving a shit about an awful lot of people. Like a lot of
Ex-
people that I used to care about. Ever since I kicked the drugs and stopped the habitual drinking, and I'm not doing any of that crap anymore, suddenly I find I really don't give a shit. I just don't care.
Yeah,
Sometimes I don't care to a level that seems offensive, but it's not offensive. It's indifference.
yeah. Well,
Don't
well, that
care.
is what no, you don't understand. To certain people, to certain demographics, your indifference is what is offensive.
Okay. And I'm sorry they feel that way.
No, you're not. Neither should you.
Yeah. Okay. You got me.
No, not only do you not
That's
care, you shouldn't care.
I don't care. Like, for instance, I got this Muslim prayer tapestry on my wall, right? It's
Okay.
a bit of kitsch that my wife's grandmother brought back from India or Egypt or South Africa when she was doing her round the world tour back in the 60s, right?
Hmm.
Neatest little bit of art you ever saw. You could not possibly understand how much hate I have received just because I thought that was pretty and put it back there. Told a
Oh, that
joke.
is. You see, okay, I would understand some ire or sense of betrayal if that was like an expression of ideology.
Ah, it's just beautiful, dude. It's
Well,
beautiful.
I don't disagree, but not only is it beautiful, but it comes from family.
Yes, yes. It's also something of an heirloom. Yes.
And if it comes from family, you need to remove all political connection from that if you see it because it's just like
Well,
it doesn't mean anything.
when I first put it up, and it's been hanging in here for about 30 years in different walls, different locations, because it is
Uh-huh.
beautiful. And it's an excellent conversation piece. Anybody who walks in goes, "Wow, that's awesome. Where'd that come from?" And so when I started streaming, when I started doing my thing that I'm doing here on YouTube, I was like, I need something really striking as a background. It's very striking. I had no clue what it was. Kind of figured it was probably a prayer rug design of some description. That was probably some type of a Muslim thing, maybe. I don't know.
Well,
I have no idea.
as if Muslims are the only people who pray.
Right, but I knew that it was something like that. I had a very nice guy pop up in my comments the first time anyone's brought it up where it wasn't talking about removing various parts of my anatomy or doing other horrendous things to people involved in my life. He's like, "You don't even know what it's about, do you?" I said, "Well, I have a clue based on, the threats I've received, but beyond
Oh
that,
my
I
god.
really don't know." I found it was hanging on the wall when I moved into the place. It's absolutely beautiful, and there's a very small select group of people that are very upset with me.
Oh my goodness.
They are very put out, and I don't understand why, and he explained the whole
Well,
thing to me, and I was like, "Oh,
well,
good."
hang on. Let me interrupt you for just a second. Were the people upset with you having that on your wall in favor of Islam or were they against Islam? Like what
They
was it?
seem to be very in favor of Islam and very, very, angry that some, Caucasian Sasquatch would stand in front of it and tell a joke. Now, I
Oh,
never even
fuck them.
considered it being behind me when I was filming the jokes. The chair's just sitting over there.
Okay, now I'll
It
be
didn't even
honest.
cross my mind.
Now hang on. To be honest, my first impression was someone of the anti-Muslim persuasion going, "Why do you have that Islamic bullshit on your wall?" And I'm just like,
No.
who
No,
would
no,
do
no.
this. But
Nothing like
okay,
that. This
so
is largely from Asian Muslims.
oh God,
Yeah,
so
no, they're kind of serious.
I understand to them how that might be uh, a sacred piece, and you
Sure.
are committing gross sacrilege.
Well, I mean, it's at least maybe 50 years old, eh, 30 years old,
Okay.
certainly. So
Well,
it's not only what it is also an heirloom variety of what it is, and it's
so
stunningly.
so rather than look at this as an opportunity to I don't know, accept it as a free form of advertising, they chose to take offense.
Well, I did tell a somewhat off-color joke in front of it without realizing I was telling a somewhat off-color joke in front of it. But it's not really a bad joke. It's you make it a bad joke by what you're thinking about it. But what do you call an Arab bomb survivor? An ambulance. Are you racist? Call him an ambulance. Get him help, right? And so apparently these people are very racist because they were very offended by that joke. And I didn't even think about that thing being behind me. That's just where the chair is at. I got a chair I
Well,
sit in so that my lighting's right.
at that point, it's just like, methinks thou protestest too much. you, uh,
Exactly.
you might have taken this. You might have been personally attacked by this joke.
They're very sensitive.
And if that is the
Very
case, I
sensitive.
recommend a um, a community college course on basic electronics. And Allahu Akbar.
Easy. I know it's ticklish, but easy.
Inshallah.
Oh, keep flashing back to the scene in the prison from Men in Tights
Mm.
where he meets the big black dude with his sneeze.
Oh
A
my God.
keen a sneeze. Bless you. I can't remember. It's in there somewhere. I'm sorry, I got pretty toasted last night. I drank me a pint after the show finished, and I did
Ah,
the thing I really wanted to do. I went to bed immediately.
well, good
But I
for
woke
you. Well, good for you.
I
I'm
know,
actually
but
gonna wrap it up. My
that's
lunch hour. My lunch hour is coming to a close.
yeah, man. Appreciate you
Oh,
having me up.
anytime, anytime. I'm gonna do these a little more often because I don't know. Like I just, even though it's only an hour, I need time for my community. I need time for y'all because it's just I miss doing it. So we're gonna try and get this back and started again. And I've started making lore videos for the tabletop game that I made.
I
So
saw those.
yeah, they're it's a neat little system if you take a look at it and try to
I was never
um
really involved in the whole magic craze. I was driving nails and building houses when all that happened. In
mm,
fact, when I came back to D&D to discover that all these purple-haired women men type people had showed up and were all doing the very strangest things I'd ever heard of, and I was like, "But where are the D&D players?
yeah.
They're all over here playing poker," and I'm like, "But where are the dice? I want my dice. You can't take my dice. Sorry, I'm just a little too old school. I left that place like I had gone into the den of hell.
Oh my gosh.
Turn around and
You
walk
know
back
what?
out."
I don't know what's happened with the gaming community, but I
Same
am
thing that happened with Hollywood.
well. Well,
Somebody out there wants to
I
unravel
am hell
society in a
bent.
weird way.
I am
You got
hell bent on taking and making a space of our own because let me tell you, there are things about the game that I've made that are specifically SJW repellent, and not just that. I make the SJWs work for me, and that's why I love this system, and that's why
I'm pushing it and promoting it. So
You gotta
y'all
feed
see,
the trolls, or you don't eat no rolls.
uh-huh. So why don't y'all take a look at the new videos that have been made about the Shades of Dominion is the name of the game, and we'll do this later. We'll do this again, and I'll see y'all later. Have a wonderful day. Peace out.
Deuces.